Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to play some Ker Nethalas because it's an easy game to get into and I threw this stream together on short notice. That said, I feel like I've forgotten everything about this game, so I guess there'll be some relearning. Hey Holt, welcome in. So yesterday's stream didn't really happen because yesterday was a mess. I was visiting friends over the weekend and then I couldn't get home because there was a fire on the train tracks. So I had to stay there another night and then travel back Monday morning. And all the stuff I was planning to do Sunday evening, I had to do Monday. So just skipped the stuff. I did also take the time to set up some new model stuff, which is very exciting. The new model is, coming out next week. So be there and check that out. I've been looking into some more of the tech stuff, like actually redoing things properly this time, like setting up all my automation via StreamerBot rather than Stream Deck. I think I'll talk a little bit about the tech setup in the debut stream as well, because it's kind of interesting, or at least I think it is. Anyway, Ker Nethalas. We have our character, Boy Forks, here from last time we played. He is level 2. We have some decent gear. If I can remember what my scribbles mean, heavy vambraces and heavy greaves, I think. He has some boots that make me some magic boots, and a cool saber, of course. Cool saber. Let's see how we fare in a new domain, because we just finished one when we left off. And just before I get into it, I wanted to point out that I was actually doing the combat rules wrong, I think. So, if we just flip over to the combat rules, here they are. So we have this handy summary here of what happens whenever you roll an attack. And, oh nice, a 20 stream streak, well done. So we have this nice little summary of what goes on here, and I had just completely blanked on this final bullet points, and I never did it. So if both sides fail the roll, the defender suffers 1 damage. And I didn't do that. So I was having combats where just like nothing was happening on turns, and it should have been whittling away health, which had made things a little bit more fast-paced. So we'll try to remember the rules this time. Right, so we left off having explored a domain. This was the dungeon we ended up with, and we found our very first trader ever in the room before the exit of this domain. We sold a lot of stuff, got a lot of money, bought some new stuff. I believe we're so rich because we had a cool relic that I couldn't use, so I sold that. And now I'm actually weighed down with coin. I have more money really than I know what to do with. But I'm sure that's a problem we can solve. So let's start a new domain. Let's just shift this stuff over a little bit. Get a new domain tracking sheet here. Our dice are going to go back up, and let's turn to... Oh, thank you for subscribing. That's very kind of you. Let's turn to our dungeon generation procedures and gather up all of my dice. So, I guess to set the scene, if you're not that familiar with Ker Nethalas, this is very much on the, I would say, board game end of the like solo gaming, like board game to like creative writing spectrum. In the entire thing is very procedural, to the point where it feels a little odd to roleplay in Ker Nethalas, like to intentionally make a suboptimal choice, because you're just hampering yourself for no real benefit. So, fairly board gamey, but that makes it quite easy to do. And the setting is that you have been convicted of a crime and sentenced to death. Our crime was treason, which is why I've called my character Boy Forks. Yes, I believe it is kind of like Far Against Darkness, but more crunchy. I've not actually tried Far Against Darkness. I did have a list of these like fairly crunchy dungeon crawling games that I wanted to check out, and then I played Ker Nethalas and thought this is pretty fun. Maybe I'll check out the others later, but like no urgent need to anymore. So you've been sentenced to a crime and hung from the neck until actually not dead. Somehow something went wrong with the execution, and you've just been chucked down. Your lifeless body, or so they thought, has been chucked down into this underground necropolis called Ker Nethalas, which is actually the ruins of a huge ancient city ruled by like necromancer kings, and it's full of weird bad stuff, and it's just an endless dungeon crawl. Like, our character's motivation in exploring the dungeon is to find a way out, but there isn't actually a way out. That's just the framing device. It's just a dungeon crawl. It does sound pretty grim. Welcome in, Major Hudson. And I've had a number of characters who have died horrible deaths here in Ker Nethalas. So let's see if this one does the same. Each kind of area of Ker Nethalas, like this little mini dungeon I've got here, is called a domain, and each domain is ruled over by a boss monster who will grant special abilities to the inhabitants. But let's remember how to play, because I feel that I've forgotten how to do this. Right, so light, we have our light tracker here. So we have a torch that still has plenty in it. That's all good. Do I have spare torches? I have plenty of torches. Nice. I remember that I really restocked on stuff at the end of last time I played, whenever that was, a couple of months ago, because I had a load of money. So I have plenty of torches, plenty of supplies, quite a lot of food. That's all good. And we'll get a copy of this page open. Our dungeon geomorphs. We've got this here. And I thought there was a handy little kind of like brief bulleted list summary, but I guess not. Okay, so we're moving into a new domain. The Far Against Darkness author's using AI. That's a shame. Yeah, it's not great when people get fully into the AI stuff. Like, there was definitely a period when it was excusable, like before everyone realized like how bad it was. Like, I'll freely admit there was a period when I was like, oh my god, AI image generators, this is so cool. I can make character art of my home game without needing to like find random images on Google. I can make basically whatever I want. But I think we're all past that phase now. Like, if you're still using AI at this point, despite everything that's happened and changed, not a great look. Right, so we are starting a new domain. First thing we need to do is determine who the Overseer is on page 179, and this is very sadly is not hyperlinked. So let's open it in a new copy. I tend to have like 3 or 4 copies of a PDF open when I'm playing these games, because it's always handy to jump between things. Right, so we have 10 Overseers, and somewhere, here we go, I have a D10. We have Overseer 9, the Venom Cloud Siren, which I think is a kind of plant thing. Let's see, Venom Cloud. Okay, is it a plant? No. The Venom Cloud Siren is an eerie enchantress of the domain over the deadliest of toxins known to man. Her haunting presence is marked by billowing clouds of virulent gases that choke the air, and her serpentine movements conjure venomous projectiles that strike with deadly precision. She leaves a trail of creeping vines and thorns in her wake that ensnare the unwary, leaving them to quickly rot away and nurture life in the necropolis. Okay, and the effects applied to all things is not here. Was it back in the list, perhaps? Where is it? Ah, yes, we roll a separate D10 for that. Six-fingered goblin is not a good look. There was a similar issue with the new Ars Magica Definitive Edition, which crowdfunded like last year or so, maybe the year before. It's been in production for a little bit. When all of the it was basically done and all the proof copies went out, people spotted that some of the chapter illustrations looked a little bit odd around the character hands and so on, and it turned out that the artist who'd done most of the 2-page spread chapter illustrations had used AI, and then there was a big complaint. They went away and redid a lot of it. I'm not sure if they actually fixed all of it, but it's very disappointing because it's a game I want, and it's all human made, other than this one artist who did these big high profile pieces, and it's very, very sad. But yeah, there was like a case with like a wizard was like conjuring a fireball in his hand, and it's just not a human hand. Like, no one would draw a hand like that, and it's like, come on, this is a big illustration for the character creation chapter right near the beginning of the book. But I digress. Let's work out what is going on in this domain. So we have the Venom Cloud Siren, who is over here. Let's note down who they are. That is too big text. I don't need size 3000 text here. And I don't need a highlight color. Yeah, so I'm not familiar with mega damage, but yeah, I feel you could probably use the AI getting humans wrong as like uncanny valley fuel in like a horror game. Like, how do you recognize like the imposters? Like, oh, they don't have the right number of fingers, or their hair is actually just like painted onto like a skull. It doesn't move like hair should, or that sort of thing. So we have the Venom Cloud Siren, and the effects on the dungeon inhabitants going to be all monsters in the dungeon are unstable, dealing 1 arcane damage when killed. That's not great, because you generally kill a lot of enemies in Ker Nethalas. And arcane damage cannot be resisted by armor. You just take that damage. Mothership. Yeah, Mothership is one of those systems that seems cool, but I've never really looked into it, because if I want to do space horror, I've already got Alien. I know it's not really the same sort of thing, but that would be my default choice for space horror. Okay, so we have our overseer, we have our influence. We need to determine our starting room, so we'll roll a d100 on this table. 91 is this weirdly shaped room. No, not that one. This non-weirdly shaped room. Perfect. Okay. What scale was I drawing this room at? I was drawing it on the medium-sized squares, like this. Okay, so we'll say that this like southern door in this room, that's kind of the path up. And what is it? It's like 30 feet, well, 3 squares on the flat sides and 20 on the straight sides. Okay, so we've got some doors. Let's copy over. Alright, so I have my door templates here. Let's bring these over. And let's see. We have a little room exploration summary here. Let's roll to see if. Well, let's keep looking at the process. So, we've got an entrance room. Okay, right, so I believe the way I was doing this was I was just determining when I placed a room whether any of the doors were locked or not, so let's just do it going clockwise. We'll have, well, it doesn't really matter. Let's say white is the left, red is the middle, and this is the right. Okay, so the left and middle doors are locked. We don't know if they're trapped or not. We can get back to that. This needs to, this line is too far forward. Here we go. This one is unlocked. And we'll just have a door here and we'll say that this leads back to the previous domain. So we'll just have like a stairway or something. Okay, right, so we've placed our door. We can get a room description. Kind of want to just finish fleshing out what is in this room first. So we've got a room, we have determined the doors, we need to make a tension check and the layer check. So we're on a D8 for both of those, so we'll have a black die for the tension die and a red one for the layer. Okay, those both tick down by 1, so it's going to be a smaller domain probably. Yeah, Alien is a really awesome game. I love how well it encourages you to act like you are a character in an Alien movie. You know, it's the hidden agendas and so on. Like, people generally shy away from PvP, but Alien just encourages it, and it works brilliantly. And it always culminates with like betrayal and like trying to sneak away and kill people and that sort of thing, and it's just great. Okay, let's mark off a light source. And then, do we have a random encounter in this room? It kind of sucked to walk out of the stairs into the new room and immediately have a random encounter. No encounter. Okay, so that means we potentially have... Oh, well, we do need to roll for an event now. This is slowly coming back to me. Okay, we're having event 94. Which is going to be in this big list. Here we go. A glowing sphere of what looks like ether-infused blood floats atop a pedestal in the center of this chamber. It calmly levitates there, and it doesn't feel dangerous. If you touch it, the blood seeps into you. You gain plus D10 temporary ether, but immediately lose the initiative in your next combat. Let's see, am I a spellcaster, like an ether user? I can't remember. Okay, so I have my ritual components, which cost 5 ether to use, and I only have 10 ether, so that could be nice. Sure, let's do it. Let's touch the glowing blood pedestal. Got like a thinking like a chalice like thing full of blood. How would the what would the impact of the manufacturer getting involved in the trial be? Would it just be like a fun thing to have happen, or would that then like encourage the players to act in certain ways? Delta Green is also a very fun game. It is one of my favorites. The first system I really ran, the first time I ever ran, not just really ran, ever ran, was Call of Cthulhu, and I've done a lot of that. But I've also done some Delta Green, and that's a lot of fun. I'm kind of running a very infrequent in-person campaign of Impossible Landscapes with some friends. I mostly play online, but there's some friends who I occasionally meet up with, like once or twice a year, and we'll play a little bit of Impossible Landscapes in like this 8-hour long or more game spread across like a weekend, which is also a fun way to play because it's very different from how I normally do things. Right, so I have touched the ether infused thing, so I get D10 temporary ether. Let's work that out and note that down. Here's my D10. I got 6. That's okay. That's enough for an extra use of my astral punishment ability. But I lose the next combat initiative, so let's put a little note here. Okay, right. So that's room 1. Let's, I don't know, move this in the center over here. And did I have a little token previously? I did. Let's bring back my little green position token. Put it in here. And now we have doors to go through. Yes, Impossible Landscapes is very fun, but I will not elaborate further than if you're intentionally saving yourself from spoilers. Let's see, locks and traps. Locks, doors. Here we go. So, is the door trapped? Make a perception check. What is my perception? My perception is 41. Not great, not terrible. This is a percentile system, so you know it's pretty clear what my odds of success are, and they're not great. Let's see, if I pass the perception check, I then roll to see if it is trapped. If I fail, I have to decide whether I want to open the door or not. I'll probably go for one of the non-locked doors, but let's just inspect all of what I've got here. Okay, I do not know about the door on the left. What about the middle door? I don't know. And the door on the right. I do know whether the door on the right is trapped, and it is not trapped. Okay, so we have 3 doors. 2 of them are locked and unknown whether they're trapped. One is unlocked and not trapped. So we're going to go for the safe, easy door. So I'll go and kick down the door, and then we head back to the beginning of our explore loop. So we want to roll what sort of room we get, adjust the light source, and so on and so forth. The King in Yellow is like the collection of short stories by Robert Chambers. Is one of my favourite like collections of weird fiction stories. Some of the stories in there are not so great, like the later ones, they do feel rather filler-ish, but the early ones, like The Repairer of Reputations, and let's see, what's I can't remember the name of the one where it's like in the court of the Rua Dragon or something. Let me have a quick look at the short stories in there. Yes. Yeah, I'd say The Repair of Reputations, really the first 4 stories, The Repair of Reputations, The Mask, In the Court of the Dragon, and The Yellow Sign are great. In the Court of the Dragon is maybe not as good as those other 3 there. And then the later ones in the book, the Demoiselle Dice and onwards are just not great. I don't think. But yeah, Repair of Reputations in particular is just amazing. Let's see, what room have we got? We've got room 45, which is another room, not a corridor. So 1 to 25 are corridors, and the rest are rooms. So we have a big round room, and drawing. How have I misaligned this? It's not on the grid. There we go. Drawing circles is always a pain. I'm just going to make this a diamond. A diamond is basically a circle. Let's see, how far across is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we're going to go up 3. And on something like this. Can put another one on the other side. There is a door. Is it a locked door? It is a locked door. Okay, so it's a locked door. It may or may not be trapped. We'll work that out later. We need to do a tension check, a layer check, and mark off a light source. So we'll use the red die for the layer and the black die for the tension. I can't remember if that's the way around I did it before. Okay, the tension goes down. It's a very tense dungeon. Mark off a light source. Put another red blob in here. I feel like the stories at the end were basically just filler. I'm not sure if that's a popular opinion or not, but yeah, it's definitely not as good. Okay, we've got this done. Is there an encounter in this room? I think that means yes. That was a I believe that was a 19, which is definitely more than 10. So we have a combat encounter, and it's time to remember how combat works in this game. So I'm going to lose initiative, which I guess simplifies things, because I don't need to roll for initiative. Let's see. Rules. Combat. Here we go. Okay. Initiative. Yep. Yes, we got all this stuff. I believe I just had a special ability that was just straight up better than a regular attack. I believe it was my evasive strike is a nice thing to do. We need to determine what sort of creature we've got, what we are fighting, and there's a table for that. Let's roll a d6 and a d20 and see what we have got here. Yeah, a diamond is basically a circle. Okay, we have encounter 6 on table B. We have Ratkin Marauders. Okay. Ratkin Marauders. Giant rats in the basement. A classic RPG enemy. Right, so I lose initiative. That's fine. Ratkin Marauders. How many do we get? We get 3 of them. So we've got 3 sets of health. Ratkin Marauders. Standing upright with a hunched posture, these nightmarish beasts have coarse mottled fur covering their sinewy and muscular frame, while their razor-sharp claws and teeth make for formidable natural weapons. Their eyes gleam with an unsettling intelligence and can usually be seen draped in tattered remnants of stolen garments and armour, displaying trophies taken from their vanquished foes as a gruesome warning to any who dare oppose them. As the lowest warrior caste in Verexian society, they are the weakest members. Still, they are highly skilled in guerrilla warfare and ambush tactics, striking swiftly and vanishing into the shadows, leaving behind a trail of terror and chaos. Ratkin marauders are the first among their kin in merciless raids, plundering settlements and leaving no corner of civilization safe from their ravenous plundering. Okay, so they have a pretty good mind stat, so they'd have won the initiative roll anyway, almost certainly, so I'm not too bothered by automatically losing initiative. But still, that's that. They have some armor on their head, but they're otherwise unarmored. They have a pretty good combat skill, they got a 60. Okay, so the way this all works, if I recall, is I'm going to roll a d6 to see what they do, and then I'm going to roll an opposed check to see if they hit me or if I defend, and then we have tables for many things. Okay, right, so I want a d6 to determine what sort of attack they do. I want a black d100 for their combat roll. They might not need that depending on what skill they're going, what attack they're going for. I want a white d100 for the opposed roll. I want a black d20 to determine hit location, and I think that's it. And then I'll have a similar pile of dice for when I'm attacking them. Okay, they're going for attack 6, alarm. And there's 3 of them, so we'll do each of them and then we'll move over to me. So the first Ratkin Marauder takes out a strange horn, preparing itself to sound the alarm. You can attempt to interrupt the call by making a successful thievery check. A failure means the Ratkin has sounded the alarm, triggering a tension die check. Okay, so this will call my thievery check. I got a 44. That is a crit fail, so they sound the alarm, and I'm going to roll a tension die check, which is a d4. Okay, that's a 4, that doesn't go down. But that's pretty rough if they can potentially just work through the tension pool, because that will trigger more bad things. Okay, second one. Doing attack 4, Dirty Trick. The Ratkin Marauder uses its cunning to throw dirt, debris, or a makeshift weapon into the eyes of a target who must succeed on a dodge check. I got an 87, that's surely not a success. Yep, my dodge is a 40, unless I have any special abilities. Nope. Okay, I failed to dodge, so I am blinded until the end of my next turn. So these guys only have a 1 in 3 chance of actually attacking me, but they can make it really annoying. And now for the third one, is also doing attack 6, so is also going to try to sound the alarm. I'm blinded, so what does that actually mean? Let's check the conditions. I have disadvantage on all skill checks, so I need to make a thievery check. I got a 70, that's a failure. Disadvantage means we read the dice in the least favorable order, so if I'd rolled like a 7, that would have become a 70. Okay, so that was the Ratkin's turn. Now it is my turn. I can try to attack, but I have disadvantage, so it's unlikely to go well. But I'll try to attack the first one, so I got my D20, not my D20, my D100 to attack, their D100 to defend, my D20 for a hit location, and then my weapon does D6 damage, I believe. I think everything is like basically D6. Let's find the weapons table. Yeah, everything just does the same damage. Yeah, D6 damage. So I'll get a white D6 as well. And then, have I got anything special here? I could do an evasive strike, which would mean that you strike at your opponent while at the same time sidestepping their attack. If you score a hit, your next defensive check receives plus 10. I could also actually maybe this is a good opportunity to use my astral punishment, because I don't need to make a roll to attack here. So I spend 5 ether, and some ritual components. And you bring the sphere's punishment upon your target, dealing d6 arcane damage per ritual component spent. So yeah, I think I want to do that. So I'm squinting because I've got like dust in my eyes or something, and it's going to kind of squint vaguely at let's say the first one to keep it simple, and I'm going to spend 5 ether, and also let's see, how many ritual components do I have? I have a lot. I'm going to spend 5 ritual components to try to astrally punish this rat kid. So it needs to make a magic resistance roll, and it succeeded. That's a real pain. Okay. Alright, so that was the end of my turn. I'm no longer blinded now. I managed to scrape the gunk out of my eyes, but it's around to them. So I've got all of my dice again. Okay, this guy is sounding the alarm. I rolled a 54 for my thievery check, which is not a success, so tension die is going to go down. I'm not sure if this actually resolves right now in the middle of combat. I'm going to resolve the tension die after combat. Okay, right, now for the second one. They are doing a claw slash. Okay, they rolled an 80 to hit. I rolled a 60 to defend. I'm defending with my cool saber, and it is a parrying weapon, so I get a plus 10 on the skill. So I'm rolling against a 74, and I easily succeeded that. So I succeeded. I get to make a defensive maneuver, which is somewhere in here. Let's see, is there a handy table for this? Play a defensive move. Here we go. Okay. So let's roll d10 here. 4. You're immune to all conditions until your next turn, including the ones you're currently suffering from. Okay, so I managed to maybe like maneuver this guy in front of me, so if the other one chucks sand in my eyes again, I'm fine. And it's until your next turn. Okay, right, so it's just going to be this third guy's move. So now the third one. He is also going to try to attack me. He rolled a 98, and so failed. I rolled a 77, which is a crit failure. So on a crit failure, let's see. So the attacker rolled highest, so I think it just means I take the damage. And I didn't actually roll a die for their damage. Let's do that. Okay, 4. What's the hit location? It's on the 18, which is my head. Okay, so that's a critical hit. I don't have a helmet on, so that's going to deal double damage. So it is 4 damage. It is 8 damage, which comes off the toughness. Okay, I'm imagining like comically inept rat people, probably just like smacks you on the head with a pan or something. Now it is my turn. I'm going to let's go for a sure blow against the first one. So this costs 4 ether, and they can't defend against this, which is good because they have a pretty good combat skill. So they're actually going to be pretty good at defending. So let's mark off 4 ether. And I've got my D100, I've got my D20 for a hit location. Then for damage, I have a D6 and a D4 because I am dedicated to the saber. So I add a D4 to my damage pool. So I'm rolling against, you get a plus 10 to hit when you're the attacker, so I'm rolling against an 84. and that's easily a success. I hit them not on the head, so that's okay. And for damage, I've got a 6 and a 2. So the way damage works in Ker Nethalas, when you've got multiple dice, is you pick which die you want to use. So I'm going to go for the 6. So this first Ratkin, I slice in half. Alright, now back around to the enemy turn. So there are 2 of them left. He's going to try to sound the alarm. I failed to prevent him from doing that. And he does sound the alarm, so the tension die ticks down 1 more step. It's back on the d6. Now for the other one. He is also sounding the alarm and also succeeding, and the tension die also goes down again. Okay. Background to me. I guess I'll do another sure hit. So ether replenishes when you move to a new room, and these guys have pretty high combat skill, so I'll do another sure hit and I'll try to take out the second Ratkin. Okay, 17. That is the head. Okay, I've hit him on the head, which is going to be double damage, but he has armor, so it's going to be 4 damage, 3 damage, which is exactly enough. Okay. Okay, this guy is doing a dirty trick. He's trying to throw dust in my eyes again, and I need to make a dodge check. I got a 9 on my dodge check, so I succeeded there. So I don't have the ether left to make another sure attack, so sadly this one is going to be an opposed roll. So I need to roll 84. I need to roll above 60 and equal to or under 84, so not great odds, really. Maybe this is worth using magic. No, I can't use magic, I don't have the ether for it. Okay, that's a 22, which is a critical, which I believe dodges his armor. Let's see. Oh, sorry, no, I don't need to roll above their defense. It's whoever rolled highest, but under their respective skills. So, I rolled a 22. Sorry, no, I rolled a 25, not a 22. So I rolled a 25, which is below my skill. So that's a success. He rolled a 76, which is above his skill, so that's a failure. So that's okay. I hit. My best die is a 3. It's in hit location 10, which is not the head, so there's no armor. So this guy dies as well. Okay, right. So I get some XP. Let's see. Every time you enter a new domain, you get 50 XP, so I should have got 50 there. Every time you defeat a regular combat encounter, 50 XP. Okay, so on 240 XP. Alright, yeah. 240 XP. I have a goal of defeating 32 opponents with bladed weapons. I've just killed 3 more, so that's now 29. I can loot the body. Let's see, spoils. I guess I'm just rolling on the spoils table, so let's go find that. Loot and spoils, here we go. So there's 3 of them, so I guess I get 3 rolls on this. Okay, I have 2 mundane items and 1 valuable item. Okay. I have got a backpack. I already have a backpack, so I'll just leave this on the floor. A backpack and gems and jewelry. Okay. And an attunement crystal. Okay. So let's note down we've got an attunement crystal here. And gems and jewelry are on page 215. Okay, D20. 14. I've got a lavish gem or jewelry, which is worth 4 D100 coins. Okay, that's 28. Plus... Okay, that is worth 172. Okay. Not bad. We need to resolve the tension die because they set off the alarm and made that happen. So I need to roll a D100 on this fun table to see what bad thing happens. Oh, also, the Overseer's effect. All enemies here are unstable. They deal 1 arcane damage when killed, so I take 3 more damage. Right, what was the tension happening? 33. A crescendo of cries and screams suddenly fills the halls. Dismiss all other effects in play caused by growing darkness. For each effect dismissed this way, you lose 1 sanity and 1 health. Okay, there are no other growing darkness effects because this is the first one. So this is not a bad one to get. Right, and then finally I can scavenge the room. I could have scavenged the previous room, but I forgot. And I'll try to remember going forward because I always forgot in the previous game as well. So scavenging, I have a 33 for scavenging. And do I have an item that... Okay, my magic boots give me a bonus on the scavenging table, but not actually a bonus to scavenging itself. Okay, I got an 88. That is a crit fail on the scavenging check. So I don't find anything of use. Right, so now we have a locked door. Is it trapped? Let's make a perception roll. That's 100. I have no idea if this door is trapped. I guess I've got to try it anyway. So now I roll a d10 to see if it is trapped. 4. It is not trapped. Okay, so I can just batter this down. This, I believe, is going to cause more tension rolls because battering a door down is, you know, loud. Right, so there is no lock. Sorry, there is no trap. Deal with the lock. Do I have lockpicks? I do have lockpicks. Okay, right. I can try. Also, I think I should be checking these things when I roll a crit. I can't remember if I rolled any crits so far this session, so I'll just do that going forward. Right, let's attempt a thievery check. 77, that is a crit fail. So, nope, and that consumes a lockpick. Wow, I've really forgotten everything about this game. I also need to roll for how difficult this thing is. Okay, it is Child's Play. So I've rolled a 77 and my target is a 60. So I've still failed. But I can try again. I guess I'll try one more time. If that doesn't work, I'll break it down. Okay, that's even worse. So I'm going to mark off 2 lockpicks. And then I can break the door down. So this is an athletics check. I get a cumulative plus 20 on this roll. Each attempt triggers a tension die roll. So my athletics is only 20, so I'm probably not going to get it this first time. Okay, that's a failure. Tension die roll. That's okay. So now I'm rolling against 40. And I burst through on the second attempt. So let's see where we have ended up. We are in room 67, which is this thing here that looks somewhat corridor-like, but is not a corridor. It's a room that branches off, and annoyingly we're heading in a straight line towards my door template. Oh. Right. 1, 2... Yep, and it opens up. And it comes around like this, and goes up here, and goes to a door. Alright, so this is no longer locked. Okay, we have a door. Is it locked? No. We'll find out if it is trapped in a moment. So let's do all of our standard new room stuff. We need to roll our tension die, roll our lair die, and then mark off a light source. Okay, we get a new tension thing. 68. You blink a few times, snapping out of it. How long have you been staring at nothing? Reduce your light source by D4. 4. Okay, so coming into this room cost us 5 units of light. That's okay, we've got plenty of torches. Our ether has recovered because we've gone through a door. Our toughness, I can't remember how toughness recovers. Let's have a look at that. Okay, all characters recover default toughness after a fight is over. So let's roll for that. 3. So I've recovered the toughness I lost from them exploding with psychic damage, etheric damage. Right, let's check the flowchart. So we've done the tension check, the lair check, the light source. Now for the encounter check. There is an encounter. We are encountering encounter number 12 on the first table. A desiccated crypt guard. And there are 2 of them. Desiccated crypt guards are skeletal sentinels tasked with guarding the sacred resting place of ancient Valorian nobility. Their skeletal forms are draped in tattered remnants of armour, once a symbol of valour and protection, now corroded and withered by the passage of time. When intruders dare to trespass, the desiccated crypt guards arise from their slumber and unleash relentless attacks upon those who seek to desecrate the crypt sanctity. So maybe there's like old sarcophagi in this room or something, and they're not happy that we have come in here. So, we're not automatically losing initiative this time, so we need to roll for it. This is my perception versus their mind. Their mind is 40, my perception I feel like is also 40, or something like that. I have 41 perception. Okay, so I succeeded, they failed, so I go first. And right, okay, there's 2 of them, and they have 10 hit points each. So I think I will go for a... I don't think I've ever successfully used an astral punishment, but let's go for it. Let's try using an astral punishment. So I'm going to use 3 ritual components and 5 ether. On the first guy, who has to make a magic resistance roll, and he passed. Enemies are really good at passing magic resistance rolls when I'm trying to hit them. He rolled a 7 under 30. Okay, well, their turn now. So let's see, I've got the D100 for them, the D20 for hit locations, the D6 to see what they do, the D6 for how much damage they're doing. Looks like I might need to roll some D4s as well, but we'll roll those if we need to. Okay, they're doing attack 6, the Tomb Guardian's Wrath. The desiccated Crypt Guard channels its guardian spirit and delivers a powerful strike imbued with unholy energy. It makes a melee attack dealing D6 slashing damage. If the attack hits, the target must succeed on a resolve check or become frightened. Okay, right, so it rolled a 52 to hit, which is a success. I rolled a 49 to defend, which is also a success, but it rolled the higher number, so it does hit me. It does 6 slashing damage. It has hit me not... let's see, where has it hit me? I have armor, I have van braces and greaves. It has hit me on the leg. Okay, so I'm going to subtract a bit of armor from that. Okay, I'm going to subtract 3 points from that, so it's only going to be 3 damage. But then I need to make a resolve check. That's a 12, which is a success. Okay, right, now for the second guy. He is going to do a rusting slash. The desiccated Crypt Guard swings its corroded sword at a target, aiming to weaken their armor. It makes a melee attack dealing D6 slashing damage on a hit. If the attack hits, the target must immediately make an armor integrity check as their armor begins to rust and deteriorate. Alright, so this guy got a 3 to hit, and I rolled an 80 to defend, so it definitely hits me. It has hit me upon the chest. I don't think I have armor protecting that, so I'm going to take 3 more points of damage. And I need to make a armor integrity check. It's not hit me on the armor, so I guess I don't need to do that. Or maybe I do. Maybe it's for all of my pieces of armor. That seems pretty powerful. Yeah, it's not hit me on the armor, so I guess I don't on armor, so I guess I don't need to do that. Maybe I should be more armor than I am. I don't know. Okay. Oh, also I've gained some XP for coming through a locked door. Okay, right, my go. I need to deal with these guys. I'm gonna try. Let's go for 5 ritual components and 5 ether to try to blow up the first one. And 70. Okay, right. So that's 5 ritual components. That's going to be 5d6 damage. Okay, that is more than 10. So the first one blows up. I take 1 damage from him. Let's mark off 5 more ritual components over here. And it's now the enemy's turn. Okay, another rusting slash. He got a 6 to hit. I got a 14 to defend, so I successfully defended. Okay. Not a problem. And now I'll just switch to my kind of default attack pattern, which is the evasive strike here. It doesn't cost any ether, it just gives me a plus 10 bonus to my next defensive check. Okay, I hit. He has armor on the chest. I don't believe I've hit his chest. Nope. Okay, so that's going to be 4 points of damage to him. And it's now his turn. He's attempting another rusting slash. This time he's going for the head. Not actually the head. No, he's going for the right arm. What have I got? I've got greaves and van braces. That's like... Yeah, van braces are on the arms. They're like armoured glove things, I believe. So that will potentially rust things. Let's see. He got a 36 to hit. I got a 33 to defend. So I got a crit success in my defend. So actually he doesn't hit me. And I can mark my skill to improve it because I got the crit. That means I also get to roll a defensive move. Got 4. Let's see, defensive moves. 4. You're immune to all conditions at the start of your next turn. Okay. I mean, the start of my next turn is now, so not amazing, but yeah. Okay, that was a complete miss, and he successfully rolled a defend, so he is going to get to make a defensive move here. 7. He gains advantage on his next attack. Okay. Which is right now. Okay, so he actually rolled a 48 to hit, which does beat my 35 to defend. He is doing a Tomb Guardian's Wrath, so he's dealing d6 slashing damage, 6 slashing damage, which hits me on the chest, which is unarmored. So I'm taking 6 damage there. If it wasn't for the advantage, he wouldn't have hit me. So, very sad. But let's see if I can finish this off. Okay, I got a 65 to hit. That's a success. He got a 69 to defend, which is not a success. I'm dealing 4 damage. Hitting him on the abdomen. Okay. So you're still up. Hopefully he'll be dropped next turn, though. Okay, he got a 66 to attack, which is a crit fail. I got a regular fail on my defend, so we both failed. Which means something happens. If both sides fail, critical or not, the defender suffers 1 damage. Okay. I'm down to 9 toughness. Okay, that is a 29 to hit, which is a success versus his defense. So I hit him for 3 damage on the right arm. His right arm is not armored, so he just takes the 3 damage and goes down, which deals 1 damage to me because of the magical thing. So enemies defeated, I regain 4 toughness, and I can loot the bodies. So let's hop over to the spoils table. Okay, that's 2 mundane items. And I can search this room as well. Alright, so I have D4 cooking ingredients. Okay. And a lamp oil. Not bad. 3 cooking ingredients and 1 lamp oil. I don't actually think I have a lantern. Alright, and let's also scavenge this room that I'm in. Nope, that's a failure. Alright. I think I must just press on. So let's just keep following this like very linear passageway along. I don't think I marked off my torch from entering this room. Let's do that now. Okay, and let's just see, when do I level up? I think I level up at 1,000 XP. Yes, every 1,000 experience points you level up. Okay. Right, okay, let's press on. And hopefully we get, you know, a fork in our path and get some more interesting stuff going on here. Firstly, is this door trapped or not? I know that it is not trapped. Okay. And we have room 92 beyond it, which does have a fork in it. Okay, right. Let's rotate this so the alternate passageway is at the top, which means this comes out. Then so that's, oops. This comes out to here, like so, with a door here. Is it locked? No. And the passageway to the top is, well, it comes out over here. But it looks very odd. Let's see, we can come in here. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just put that there. So we come in 1 and slope up. No, vertically 1. Then slope outwards. 2, and then we slope inwards. And we'll have a door on this north wall, and here we have this sort of thing going on. Very odd room shape. Yeah, like this. Okay, and then we have another door, which is locked. Oh, that's a pain. I'm going to go through this locked door because I kind of need to. Also, we have we defeated some opponents, so we defeated 2 more opponents with a bladed weapon, and they were undead. I don't think the Ratkin were. But we did a combat encounter, so that's another 50 XP. So we're on 300 XP. Right, so this is our room. Very strange room. Now let's roll all of our dice and do all of our things. Okay, tension die goes down. Lair die does not. It's been on a d6 since room 1. Let's mark off a light source. See if we got anything in here. Yes, we do have something in here. We have a reanimated homunculus. They're undead. That's nice. They are a construct. What does that mean? So, constructs. They are immune to being charmed, poisoned, bleeding, sickened, frightened, or sleeping. Okay, that's fine. Reanimated homunculus. These creatures are a twisted amalgamation of necromantic science and dark alchemy, the most sacred arts in Valorian society. Its form is a grotesque mockery of life, with stitched together limbs and patchwork flesh, and its body emits an aura of necrotic energy, crackling with the volatile essence that animates it. Reanimated homunculi are highly unstable, their necromantic essence making it unpredictable and potentially explosive. In combat, they don't really pose a serious threat due to their slow and clumsy movements. It's only when they appear to freeze in place that running becomes the wise choice, as an explosion is sure to follow, obliterating both the homunculus and anyone in its vicinity. Okay, so it has a 2 in 6 chance every round of just exploding. Interesting. Let's see, so there's only one of them. It has 12 health. Let's fight this guy and then have like a mid-session break. Okay, so it has pretty good magic resistance, but bad combat skill. Okay. So perception, it has 40, and I have 41. Okay, it crit failed, so I actually surprise it, which means I get a plus 20 on my attack rather than a plus 10. Very nice. Okay, right, so I will just attack it then. There's no point trying to use the ritual components if it's got good magic resistance. Okay, I got a 5 to hit, and it got a 48 to defend. That's a success for me and a failure for it, because it is really bad at defending. But I only do 1 damage. And I've hit it, let's see, it's humanoid, I've hit it 13. I've hit it on the left arm. So that's a disappointing amount of damage. Alright, now for its turn. Oh jeez, it's going to explode. Okay, the reanimated homunculus suddenly freezes in place, its necromantic essence becoming increasingly volatile. At the start of its next turn, the reanimated homunculus explodes in a burst of necrotic energy. All creatures within the room must succeed on a dodge check or take 2d10 necrotic damage, half on a successful check. The reanimated homunculus is destroyed in the process. So... okay, I guess I want to run away. Let's see, how does escaping combat work? I think it's just I think it is a dodge roll as well. Let's see, I think it was like fleeing or something. Yeah, here we go. So it's a dodge check. So it's a dodge check to flee, it's also a dodge check to not be caught in the explosion. So Let's see. I guess if I try to flee, I'll at least get 2 dodge checks, right? I'll get 1 dodge check to escape into the room, and if I fail that, I still get 1 dodge check to not be exploded. So that's the better option, I think. Okay. I am going to try to flee. I failed to flee. Now it is the homunculus's turn. It is going to explode. I will try to dodge. I fail the dodge. So I take 2d10 necrotic damage. I don't think I'm particularly... Yeah, I'm not vulnerable or resistant to it, so it's just 2d10 damage. Okay, so it goes for the 7. Right, that's 7 damage. My toughness is not looking great, but I guess I'm out of the fight now. So I'll recover d4 toughness, 3 toughness. So I have 8. I suppose I can loot the body, just, rifling amongst these scraps of flesh scattered around the room. That is a valuable item, embedded in its fleshy hunk. A magic item. Ooh. Right, okay, so I do have an achievement crystal, so I can determine what it is when I camp. So it is a belt. Okay, I don't think I currently have a belt. No, I don't currently have a belt, so it is a belt. And I guess I'll determine the rest. Yeah, when I camp. Magic belts, there we go. Let's also scavenge the room. I succeeded on my scavenging. Okay. So I have these magic boots that give me a plus or minus d4 on the scavenging table. Let's see, scavenging. So I guess I'll roll on the table, and then if it's a bad result, so I got a 6. D4 crafting supplies. If I add, let's see, so I can find nothing of interest, 20 money, or D4 crafting supplies. I guess I'll just take the crafting supplies. 3 crafting supplies. Alright, now let's set up camp. Also, I've not been gaining exhaustion. Should I have been? I think it's normally pretty explicit about what gives exhaustion. And nothing has told me that, so I guess I'm fine. Okay, let's set up camp, because I want to identify this magic belt I've got. So for the camp check, I need to roll a d20, and I want to get a 12 or more. So let's work out what I'm doing when I camp. So I could, let's see, I want to attune to the thing. I want to, I guess, barricade the camp, because that'll make the roll easier. It costs 1 crafting supply. I could barricade twice. I will cook the 3 ingredients I found. So let's see. So this is going to be plus 1 exhaustion. This is going to be plus 1 exhaustion. Cooking. let's see, for every crafting supply you gain. So that's going to be 2 exhaustion. Cooking is just 1 exhaustion. I think that's all good. Okay, so I am rolling a d20 and I want to get, let's see, 12. So my target number is 12. Let's see, 2, 3. So I want to roll at least a 3 on a d20. Okay, done. So I've successfully camped, so let's adjust the things. So I need to mark off my cooking ingredients. So I get rations instead. So let's put these in my bag with the other ration. I guess I'll put my lamp oil here. So I have a bag full of rations, poison, and bandages. Need to mark off 2 crafting supplies for camping, or for fortifying rather. I mark off my attunement crystal, and I identify the magic belt. Also, my exhaustion drops off, but my exhaustion is okay. All my toughness comes back, so I'm back to 31. I regain 1 health, but that's already max. I regain default sanity, that's max. Okay, right, so all that's left to do is work out what this magic belt is, and then probably put it on, because it's going to be better than nothing. Okay, magic items. How rare is this belt? It is uncommon, so it has 1 magic property. It increases a skill of your choosing by 20 while wearing this belt. Ooh, that's pretty nice. A magic belt of plus 20 to something. Let's see, what would be convenient? Oh, I also checked some skills. When do I advance those? Let's see. No, I see. It's actually special results for crits normally. Which I totally didn't know this. Yeah, I thought there was something about checking the skills when you advance. It's going to be in the progression section. Each time you roll doubles, you can mark a skill for improvement. You can then do an improvement check when you're at camp. Okay, so you got to roll D100 above the score. Right, so I can try to improve my bladed weapons and my thievery. So I'll start with bladed weapons. I do improve my bladed weapons. I got a 68, which is over 64. My bladed weapons going up by 2. So I got 66 in bladed weapons. Now for thievery, that's also a failure, so I get to improve it. I get 4 points in thievery. Nice. Okay, magic belt that gives me plus 20 to a skill. What do I want? I could really go all in on weapons, like a belt of plus 20 to bladed weapons. I basically never fail a roll. I kind of need to pick now, though. Perception could be handy because I've lost the initiative in like every fight so far. But it's not really so bad losing initiative. Scavenging, potentially. Because scavenging is a good way to get supplies. Dodging, actually. I think dodging would make sense. Because dodging is used for getting out of combat and also evading traps. So yeah, I'm going to make this a belt of plus 20 dodge. note down that I got a plus 20 here. Okay, magic belt at plus 20 dodge. Nice. Oh, and I do have a lamp. Okay. Let's put my lamp oil in my backpack then. Okay, right. I have camped. We have an ad break coming up in a few minutes. We're like an hour and a half into the session. I think it is a good time for a break. So I will start the ad break, and I will see you in a couple of minutes. Alright. let's go back to exploring a dungeon. Right, so let's see. So we've come into this room, just dealt with the problem. We have a locked door. Unfortunately, the locked door is in the direction we want to go. I want to pivot to going north because, you know, if we keep going east, we'll run out of space. Although, honestly, it really doesn't matter. There's no intention behind the design of the dungeon, so I'm just going to swap these doors. It doesn't really matter. Sure, it's all fine. Okay. Right, let's do a perception check. Right, I immediately realised I should have made my belt a belt of plus 20 perception because that helps with finding traps. Oh well. Okay, I got a success anyway. It's not trapped. Been doing pretty well on the trapped doors, I think. Right. Room 53. Which is a dead end. Oh, that's annoying. I'm not going to adjust the map again to put it actually down by the side. Right. Okay. So we've got this like weird spiky room thing. So kind of got something that's. Oh God. How am I going to make this? Something like that. It kind of comes up. Let's see what's this comes up 2 and goes in 1. Yep, okay, then this comes out 2 and goes at 1. So this is here. This is here. Something like this. So then this is, let's see, what is it? Right, and then here it comes in 2, and then goes up 2. Oh, so that's the top part of the room looking okay. What about this awful bottom part of the room? So this actually comes up to here. So then these bits actually come out 1.5. And this is 3 wide in the middle. A little bit under 3. Okay, that's good enough. Something's gone wrong because it's too short. It's fine. It's okay. Right. Okay. So there's no other doors out of here. That's a pain. We've got our tension and lair checks. So let's see. Both stay the same. Is there anything in here? No, there is no no encounter here, so we're going to have an event instead. We're going to have event 29. You found a trader. Huh. A trader. That's pretty cool. The second trader I've ever found playing this game. Ooh. Okay. Makes sense setting up shop in like a little dead end room, like a little dungeon trader. His little shop. Okay. Page 127. Traders. While exploring Ker Nethalas, your character will sooner or later run into a trader. These strange individuals appear in all shapes and sizes, but they have a few distinct elements in common. Their heads are always completely wrapped in thick bandages, and they communicate only with a series of grunts and moans. It is honestly difficult to tell if they are human, but at least they're never hostile. They'll pay 50% of the price of any items you'd like to sell and have some items for sale. Okay, I don't think I want to sell anything. I've got loads of money. But it would be nice if I could maybe get rid of some of these coins I've got, because I have so much coin on me. It's a shame they don't seem to offer like gems or jewelry for sale. Because of course the standard way to deal with money encumbrance problems in like a dungeon crawling game is you switch from carrying coins to carrying gems or something. But they do not sell gems. I could buy gear, but then I only get half the money back when I sell it, so that's not a great idea. It could be nice to get an attunement crystal. Like, it wouldn't really reduce my gear slots much. I wouldn't reduce them at all, because you fit 100 coins to a slot, and its attunement crystal only costs 50. But I do need the attunement crystals to identify magic items, so I think that's worth it. So let's buy 2 attunement crystals. I'll stick them in my backpack. Which I apparently... Yeah, I guess I've just called it green to indicate I do have a backpack. Oh, I have a belt now. I can put things in my belt quick slots. Okay. Maybe I'll do that in a moment. But maybe like the poison I've got should be on a belt. I guess probably my ritual component should have been in my... Yeah, I'm not sure about the ritual components because I've been using those in combat. Anyway, let's get some attunement crystals. Why is the text... Oh, the text is small because I just put some small text down. So I will get 1, 2 of those. So I'll mark off 100 coins. So down to 600 coins. I could buy a load of cooking supplies. I don't really need to. I could buy like rations. It would just be better to buy rations and cooking supplies, I think, if that's available. Let's have a look at the gear list. Anything here that's... Oh, I have 2 bedrolls, so my camp check, actually, I was running against a 1, not a 3. Oh well. Belt lamp. That would be really good. I can't afford it, though. Man, yeah, belt lamp, so it just hangs off your belt. You don't need to have loads of torches in your inventory. I guess I can just like top everything up, right? So, okay, if I buy, let's see, 7 more rations to get this up to this one down here up to 10, and I'll buy 3 more ritual ingredients. That's going to be 65 so far. I suppose I could top up my crafting supplies. Why not? With 8 more of those. They sold crafting supplies for 5 each. And I can top up my lockpicks. Okay, 2 more lockpicks, that's another 10. And that'd be 115 coins used up. And then, let's see. If I get some more lamp oil, I could start to shift from torches to lamp oil, because lamp oil stacks, so you can fit 10 lamp oil in a slot. So if I buy 9 more lamp oils, then I'll be done. Okay. Let's get the lamp oils. Let's see, a flare is also light, so flares stack. Oops. Do I want more flares? Sure, I guess I could buy 8 more flares. I just want to use up a bunch of coins, and if I can replace them with things that stack, that's great. Okay, that brings me to exactly 200 spent. Okay, right. I like this. Right. Like, it might be nice to get more ritual ingredients, but honestly, I just completely failed at using those, so I'm not too inclined to do that. So yeah, I guess this is good. So I have 30 rations, 20 crafting supplies, 10 ritual ingredients, 10 torches, 10 flares, 10 lamp oils. So I have portable light sources I have 20 sets of portable light sources and 10 like room specific light sources. So I think I'm all good. And I can put some stuff in my belt slots. So I guess I'll put torches in there and ritual ingredients in there, because I feel I probably should have been keeping ritual ingredients in there, given that I was using them in combat. But I have the belt now, so I can use this. And anything else I want to move? I guess the poison. What exactly does this poison do? Immediately removes the bleeding condition. Okay. Ah, yes. Potion, not poison. Right, yes. Okay. Okay, let's put my flares in there as well. Actually, I'm not going to need the flares immediately. Okay, let's go with this. This is all fine. But yeah, it would be very nice to get the belt lamp, but I guess I'll need to save up for that somehow. Right, okay, so that's this room done. Now I need to backtrack. So backtracking, we don't need to roll for the tension die or the lair. Actually, do we need to roll for the tension die when backtrack? We might do. We definitely need to check down our light source, but let's see, backtracking. Retracing your steps. Okay, you do still roll the tension die, but you don't need to check for encounters. Right, so I'm going to go round to here. Our infantry go north. So that's, oops. Come on, why can't I select my thing? Let me select my guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do some tension rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it didn't go down. I mark off 4 light uses. And let's see, so we have this north door. We don't know if it's traps or not. Let's check out both these doors, so if they're traps. Let's start at the top one. No idea. What about the left one? Also no idea. Alright. In fact, I think I did this already. Let's try kicking open the north door. So is it actually trapped? It is actually trapped. Perfect. The first time we've actually got a trapped door. Okay, locks and traps. Here we go. So, trap triggered. If you fail a perception check, interacting with the trapped feature will trigger it. So we need to roll to determine what sort of trap it is, and then we make the skill check to avoid it. So this is an arrow trap. Arrows shoot from a hidden spot doing 2d6 piercing damage. So I need to roll to dodge. And I have my belt of plus 20 dodge, so I'm grateful for this now. So my dodge target is 60. And I rolled a 64. So I get shot by arrows. For 3 damage. At least they're not like poisoned arrows or something. Right, now we can try to break the door down. I guess we can try to pick the lock, I suppose. Sure, let's give that a shot. Okay, cool. Succeed on picking the lock. Which means get some XP. Mark off a lockpick. And we can go north. So we have room 76, which is this weird octagonal room with like divided into like sections, almost like corridors rather than a room. So let's see, just opens up immediately from here. Yeah, so it's going to be like this long. And then it comes in one space here. Same on the other side. This corner feels not quite aligned on the map, but it's fine. And then we have like some closed off bits in the middle. I'm not going to bother drawing it rounded. A straight line is basically a curved line, it's fine. And then this just, let's see, it comes up a half square. Like so. Perfect. No, that's not quite right. Something is slightly off here. This is too far. It should be like there. Okay. Can I rotate this? That would be very nice. I guess not. I guess I'd have to draw it again. Okay. Alright, nearly there. It's an amazingly symmetrical room. Okay, and then we've just got a little column thing in the middle. I'll just draw as a box. I'll be fine. Okay, we have a door to the north, which is not locked. Okay. So we come into this nice room. We roll all of our dice. So tension goes down, exit does not. Not sure we're going to find the exit this stream. It's hiding. Mark off some light. And check for an encounter. There is not an encounter, so that means we have an event. That's a 61. Because that's not a nice event like the trader. This is going to be something terrible, I'm sure. Let's see, exploring. Events, 61. This room has a pile of scrolls that seem to have survived the passage of time. If you sit a while and read them, you can make a reason check. If you pass it, you learn a weakness of this domain's overseer, allowing you to stun them in the first round of combat against them. Ooh, very nice, actually. I don't think I have good reason, though. I'm quite dumb. Yes, I only have 10 reason. But let's give it a shot. I crit failed. I hurt my brain by thinking too hard. So let's just continue up to the door. It is not locked. It may be trapped. We don't know if it's trapped, so I'm just going to try it anyway. And it is not trapped. So let's just try forcing it. Actually, I'm going to try picking the lock. Nope. Let's try again. 35? I think that's still a no. Yep, nope. Third time? Yes. Okay, so 3 attempts, we get the lock picked. To mark off 3 more lock picks. I should have bought more lockpicks from the trader. I could still go back, I suppose. And we have found room 3, which is a corridor, not a room. So we have a slightly different procedure for... It's a dead-end corridor. Oh, that's a pain. So, going into a corridor, we roll the tension check, and we roll for an encounter, but that's it. So we don't bother rolling to see if it's the lair, because the overseer wouldn't be caught dead living in a tiny little room. And our light source doesn't go down. We have found a dead end. Very unfortunate. Okay, tension die goes down. Encounter. Yes. So they're just like a monster. Oh, the tension die is a D4, not a D6. It goes down. So there's something bad waiting in this corridor, and then something... yes. And then something spooky happens when we go in. Oops. The spooky thing that happens is... Spooky thing number 16. Did you hear that? They're coming for you. Whenever you take a breather, you not only reduce the tension die by 1 stage, you must also immediately make a tension die check. I have never taken a breather. Maybe I should. You take a breather, you recover D10 plus 2 toughness and 1 health and reduce your exhaustion by 2. Okay, that's a sensible thing to do. I should be doing that. But okay, so there is some sort of horrible monster in here. It is a swarmer. Swarmers are horrifying and relentless monsters, a nightmarish amalgamation born from the union of thousands of smaller creatures. Their colossal form is a grotesque mask of chittering insects, squirming worms, and writhing serpents, all fused together in a monstrous swarm. Swarmers attack with unrelenting ferocity, unleashing a deluge of venomous bites, stings, and corrosive secretions upon their prey. Their origin is a complete mystery, but as most things in Ker Nethalas, it is most likely yet another Valorian aberration. Okay, so I just opened the door, revealing this like large closet area full of just bugs. Full of bugs. I don't like this. I want to escape, which I believe is a stealth roll versus its perception. It got a 20... Sorry, no, it got a 39, which is a success. I got a 29, which is lower, so it's not going to win. It's also a failure. I have 0 stealth. Okay. Well, since I got 0 stealth, let's just say that was the initiative roll then, because I couldn't have snuck away. Like I said, it wins the initiative. It has 12 health. Right. It has penetrating 1, so I believe that means it ignores armor. It is also venomous, so it's going to poison me. Just have a look. Venomous. You must pass an endurance check or become poisoned. Okay. Right, it is doing attack 6, the swarm assaults. The swarmer engulfs a target within its monstrous swarm, attacking from multiple angles and dealing 2 piercing damage. The target must succeed on an endurance check or be blinded until their next turn as the swarm obscures their vision. So I open the corridor, it's just full of like bugs and worms and horrible things, and it just like rolls over on top of me. This is truly horrifying. Well, my endurance check, I've got this a 60. My endurance is not 60, it is 20, so I am blinded. until my next turn. I guess until the end of... It just says until my next turn, so I guess it's going to clear... It's got to be until the end of my next turn, otherwise there's no point in this. So I take 2 piercing damage. I don't think I checked to see if I'm poisoned. I think I only do that on the venomous bite. Because it's specifically a thing that affects melee attacks, like physical attacks. And this is not a physical attack, this is a special ability. So, okay, now it is my turn. As I am blinded, I have disadvantage, so not great odds here. I guess I will go for my evasive strike. Or, no, I could use magic here. This could be the smart place to use magic. Yeah, let's try using some astral punishment. So I'm going to mark off 5 ether. And I will use 5... okay, yes, I do have ritual components. I'll use 5 ritual components. So it has to roll for magic resistance. It fails the magic resistance roll, so it's going to take 5d6 damage. Okay. Right, so I have 10... Oh, hang on. Let me think. Damage. You pick the best die. So, actually, I've been doing this wrong. I've been adding up the dice for the ritual components, I think. Let me double check this. Let's see. Yeah, d6 arcane damage per... No, okay, I guess these are all separate damage rolls then. d6 arcane damage per ritual component spent. That reads to me differently to... like you roll n d6 and then pick the best as you normally would. So I think these are 5 separate damage rolls, which means it is going to take all of this. Okay, right, so that's 12, which is just enough to kill it. I do take 1 damage as it dies because of the Overseer's effect, but that's okay. I'm happy not being poisoned. I can roll for spoils. Let's go down to the resources table, it said. Wherever that is. Here we go. $10. 1 crafting supply. Amazing. Okay. Right, I don't believe I can scavenge a corridor. No. Okay, so I need to move back and go to, I guess, this door. So I'm going to go through 2 rooms. I'm just going to have 2 tension die checks. 1, 2. Okay, that remains as it is. I need to mark off 2 units of light. Going to need to change light sources in a moment. And now let's try this door here. So I've already checked, don't know if it is trapped. So I'm just going to try to pick the lock, which means we need to first see if I've triggered a trap. It is trapped. Okay. It has trap number 7. Which is an athletics check. So noxious gas is released, filling the chamber. All creatures must pass an endurance check or immediately receive 2d4 poison damage. Okay, athletics, I guess, to backflip out of the way of the gas and wait for it to clear. My athletics is only a 20. So I completely failed that. Now I need to pass an endurance check. I also failed that, so I'm going to take 2d4 poison damage. Okay, that is 4. It's poison damage. Does that specifically do anything? No, it just ignores armor. Okay. Okay, let's try to pick this lock. Nope. Critical success on the second attempt. Let's mark off 2 lockpicks. And go through the door. So what is it? What do I find beyond? A room, not a corridor. Promising. It is... Oh, it's this room up here again. Can I... Yeah, I can rotate this. Perfect. Okay, right, so we have a door on the other end. Let's just check if it is locked. It is not locked, so we'll have one of these guys. I'm not sure why rotating these has, offset them from the grid, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Right. I've maybe just got this whole thing not quite fully rotated. So let's get this grid aligned. That'll do. Okay, right. So we have a D8 for our tension die, a D6 for our exit die. The exit die has finally checked down again. So we are closer to the exit, or not the exit, the lair. Okay. Let's at least try to find and defeat the Overseer in this stream. Right, so we need to mark off a light source, but our light source is dead, so we spark up a new torch. Let's mark off a torch. We have 9 spares now. We do have a combat encounter in this room. So we're fighting a Valorian Magus, a wizard of the old days. I also forgot about XP from the Swarmer. I can't really say I defeated it with a bladed weapon when I blew it up with magic. Okay, Valorian Magus has 16 health. That's pretty tough. Clad in tattered robes that once boasted intricate patterns and symbols of a bygone era, these undead spellcasters wield an aura of malevolence and ancient knowledge. Valorian Magi command the forces of death and decay, having transitioned from live necromancers to undead beings long ago. Their skeletal hands, often the only thing visible under the robes, bear the mark of countless rituals and forbidden spells, remnants of a life devoted to unlocking the secrets of forbidden magic. Okay, so 16 health. Not great combat skill. That's good. Oh, all of his attacks are magical, so that makes sense. I'm going to be rolling a lot of magic resistance checks, which is not ideal because I don't have great magic resistance, but I can use this suppress mind. This is perfect. This is the sort of enemy I want to be against. Someone who can only attack through magic, because I have this suppressed mind ability that lets me completely shut down their magic powers. So if I win the initiative, I can have this guy do nothing for the next 3 rounds. Okay. Right. Initiative. I crit failed the initiative check. He goes first. Okay, that's a shame. So he will get 1 magic attack off first. Okay. Let's see what he's doing. He's doing apparition summoning. The Valorian Magus channels its dark powers to summon a ghastly apparition. All characters must make a resolve check or become frightened 20. I failed the resolve check, so I've become frightened 20, whatever that means. Look at the conditions. The creature is gripped by fear and struggles to control their nerves. The creature reduces all physical attack skills used against the source of their fear by an amount equal to X. At the end of each of the afflicted turns, the value of their frightened condition decreases by 10 until it reaches 0. Okay. Right. So that's not great. Right, so my turn, I'll start by suppressing his mind. So he cannot use any magic until his next turn. That cost me 3 ether. I will now try to attack him, but I have this minus 20 penalty, so it's not amazing odds. Okay, I got a 59 to hit. I'm rolling against a 66 actually, because I normally have a plus 20 to this. Let's note down the modifier I normally have. So I have a plus 10 because I'm a weapon master. Plus 10 because I am the attacker. So minus 20, plus 20. I succeeded that roll. He failed his defense roll, so I do hit him. He has 1 armor over his entire body. Okay, that's a shame. And I didn't hit him on the head. So I just do 3 damage. And my frightened 20 now goes down to frightened 10. He is unable to do anything because he is magically suppressed, so my turn again. Let's keep track of which turn we're on for that. We're on 2. I miss. He does not defend, so he just takes 1 damage. He can't do anything again. I'll attack again. Hang on, suppressed mind doesn't last for 3. Okay, let's say that I was resuppressing his mind. If that's what I meant to be doing. Let's see, I think I've done it twice actually. For some reason I thought it was like it didn't last 3 rounds, but it's not. It costs 3. It doesn't last 3. Okay, so I hit him. He defended, but not successfully versus my attack. I rolled the higher value. I hit him on the head, which is a critical hit. And it's 4 damage, which becomes 3 damage because of armor, which is 6 damage because the critical hit location, it is doubled. I think my frightened is gone now. Man, I'm really messing up this combat. Okay. Right, I think now I suppress his mind again, and that is the last of my abilities to do that, and I attack 1 more time, and then he'll be able to use magic, I think. Okay, well, I failed. Hang on. That's an 82. I'm rolling against an 86, so it is a success. He didn't defend. Okay, that's another 3 damage. Okay, right, now let's try to not be confused for the rest of this fight. So he now gets to do things again, because I've run out of ether to suppress his magic. He is doing a death bolt. The Valorian Magus conjures a bolt of necrotic energy and hurls it at a target, dealing d6 necrotic damage on a hit. I did not magically resist that, so that's d6 damage to me. 2 damage. And it is my turn again. That is a 90, which is definitely a miss, and he successfully defended, so he gets to do a no, he didn't successfully defend. He rolled a 37, his target is his combat skill is 40, my weapon has speed 5, so his target is 35. So he didn't successfully defend, which means he takes 1 damage. Okay. We're whittling him away. It's now his turn again. He's doing another magic death bolt, but I rolled magic resistance there, so that's all good. $95 is definitely a miss. He got a 33, so he did dodge this time, so he does get to make a defensive maneuver. Eight. The PC's next dodge, parry, or spell ward check. Spell ward is reduced by 20. Okay, so I actually can't resist his next spell because that reduces my spell ward to 0. So his turn. He is doing apparition summoning, so I must make a resolve check. I passed that, so I'm not frightened. He successfully summons a thing, but I'm not frightened by it. I'm like, I've seen this thing before. Okay, right, my turn. Hopefully this is the last attack, because I should be able to deal 2 damage, surely. Okay, there's a 12 to hit, which is a success. He got a 76 to defend, which is a failure. I have hit him in the right arm for only 1 damage. Okay, that's a pain. Right, he is doing another magic missile, but I successfully warded this one. And come on, I've got to take him out. Now he's only got 1 hit point left. 72. Okay, that is a hit. He failed to defend. I deal 2 points of damage. Okay. Well, that was a lot of work. So up to 420. Actually, I think I'm on 430 because I went through a locked door. XP, I've defeated another undead opponent. Defeated another opponent with bladed weapons. I'll recover D4 toughness because the fight is over. 4. And I move into the room. Okay, I can loot the body. Let's see, that is the spoils table. Mundane item, okay. A belt, I already have a belt, it's magic. I'll just leave this one on the floor and I will try to scavenge the room. I failed. Okay, right, so we have this door. We know it is not locked, we don't know if it is trapped. I'm going to just try to open the door. It is trapped. Specifically, it is a dodge trap. A swinging blade strikes the character, dealing D12 slashing damage. Okay, I definitely want to dodge a giant, cartoonish swinging blade, but I failed to do so. So that's D12 damage. Okay. 7. Okay. Well, I guess the trap is disarmed now. Thankfully, my character is not also disarmed. Let's see where we are. 25. I think that is the last corridor. Yes, this is a corridor, a very branching corridor. So our linear woes have come to an end. Okay, let's just work from top to bottom to determine if these are locked. The target number for locked is 12, so not locked. Nope. Nope. Yes, okay, so 3 unlocked doors and 1 locked. Our light source doesn't go down because it's a corridor, but we do have a tension check and a possible encounter. Our tension die is currently D8 still, okay. So that goes down and we have an encounter. Yet another fight. It is a flesh melt slime. This abominable ooze is a repulsive amalgamation of melted and rotten flesh, its form constantly shifting and quivering. Its surface appears as a ghastly palette of decomposing bodies, their tortured features forever frozen in twisted agony. As it oozes and stretches, it leaves a trail of putrid ichor and dissolving bone in its wake, leaving the very ground it touches barren and tainted. The flesh melt slime feeds on the life essence of its victims, its acidic touch melting flesh and reducing bones to a grotesque pulp. Sounds delightful. It has 12 health, there is only one of them. And I guess acid damage isn't going to hurt it because it has this elemental affinity. Right, let's see. Okay, I failed my... We both failed our perception rolls, so... Who goes first in that case? I guess it's just whoever has the highest skill because we both failed the roll, so I guess I go first. That's fine by me. And let's see, it does have a magical ability. So maybe I want to suppress its mind. Now let's go for the sure blow. I like the sure blow, so I can just hit it without needing to worry about its defense. Alright, that's a success. Where did I hit it? Oh, it doesn't have any hit locations. Okay, so I hit it for 3 damage. Now its turn. Let's see, what do I need for this? I need my dice, its dice. Looks like it might deal various damage dice. Okay, it is doing a putrid explosion. The flesh melt slime violently erupts, releasing a burst of noxious fumes and corrosive fluids around it. Creatures caught in the area must succeed on an endurance check. I rolled a 23, which is a failure on my endurance check. Or take 2d4 acid damage and have their weapon skill reduced by -5 until the end of combat. Okay, 2d4. That's 4. My weapon skill is down by 5. Okay, my turn. I guess I will do another sure hit to attack it without needing to worry about its defense. That's a 61, which is a hit, even with my reduced effectiveness, and that is 5 damage. So it has 1 hit point left. Always very sad when things survive with 1 hit point. And back to its turn. It is doing a corrosive touch. The flesh melt slime extends a pseudopod toward the target, attempting to touch it and dissolve their flesh. It makes a melee attack dealing d6 acid damage on hit. Let's see, it failed to... let's see, hang on, no, it did hit me. It did hit me. Okay, so it rolled a 48 under its combat skill. I rolled a 32 to defend, so it hit me because it got the higher roll under its skill. It is doing 2 damage. Okay, acid damage, is that special? Does anything special happen there? Let's see, acid. Oh, it's in the main combat rolls, isn't it? Where was the thing? What was it? It's a flesh melt slime, yes. Okay, let's see. Acid damage is going to be in here. Lose 1 armor at the hit location. Okay, where did it hit me? It hit me right in the 10. The chest. I don't have any chest armor. Okay, so that's fine. I just take 2 points of damage. Right, and my turn. I'm out of ether. Can't really do anything more magical to help, so I'll just try to hit it and hope I do a decent job. That is a 5 to hit, and it got a 5 to defend. We both rolled exactly the same. I think I win because I have the higher skill. If let's see. Yes, if a critical success, so it says if the attacker rolled highest, if on the other hand the defender rolled highest, critical success wins. If both roll a critical success, then the higher roll wins. It doesn't say immediately, like directly what happens. I guess it's probably under the general rules for opposed checks. I think it's because it's a tie. I think it's the higher that wins. Yeah, if both succeeded their checks, then with a higher roll wins the confrontation. So I did hit it. We had this amazing dramatic clash, sword versus pseudopod, and it is vanquished, giving me some XP. Another defeated undead opponent, and opponent defeated with a bladed weapon, so I'm getting closer to completing these goals, and I get loot from the resources table. Cooking ingredients. I recover D4 toughness, 4 toughness. And my ether goes back up. Okay. Right, so I have a bunch of doors I can peek through to see if the Overseer is behind any of them. Let's start... Well, let's just do perception checks on them all, top to bottom, to see if any of these are trapped. No idea. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. We don't know if any of these doors are trapped, so let's just try opening the top one. It is not trapped. Okay. So what's behind door number 1? We have room 97, which is not a dead end, it's this weird bulbous thing. I don't really feel like drawing the weird bulbous part, so I'm just going to cut the whole bottom part of the room out. Right, so yes, this is going to go up here. And like this. Okay. It is locked. The door on the other side. It is also the domain of the Overseer. Okay, right. So I think I want to just peer through all the other doors to see if I can get the exit die down a few notches. So if I can, that would be cool. Let's go down here. Need to roll the tension die. Right. Is this door trapped? It is not trapped. Let's open it up. We have room 60, which is this weird big square thing, which is going to be hard to fit in. Let's just shift up the Overseer's room a bit. I can adjust this shape of things. It's all good. So let's have the Overseer's room be like this. And then maybe I just go immediately up from here. Yeah. So then this, what have we got? 60. Okay. Let's do like a big, like, squarish thing. This is definitely exactly what the room is supposed to look like. You take some creative liberties to make the rooms kind of fit in. Okay, and what is going on here? Okay, those don't happen. There is an encounter. I'm probably just going to slam the door and leave it behind. Okay, we've got an encounter. Let's see, how do I think it's just a dodge roll. Okay, I failed the dodge roll, so I do have to see what it is. Actually, you know what? We're 2 hours and 43 minutes into the stream. I don't want to waste a lot of time on combat encounters that aren't really going to matter. So, I just want to poke through some doors, then we'll go fight the Overseer. Right, what about this door? It is also not trapped. Very convenient. Got room 70, which is this one here. So, should have this like way along here. I guess I should put this here. Oh, it has two bits branching. Actually, it should kind of open up a bit, I guess. I just why did I do that? Yes, it should be like this, I suppose. A bunch of other doors. This comes up actually here. Okay, right. Are these doors locked? Middle. Yes. Actually, that's a 15. Is it 16 plus? It's 12 plus. Okay. Yes. Locked. And then the top two. Yes. Yes. And the bottle two. No. No. Okay, I said yes, yes, and then I put down no, no. There we go. So those should be like that. And this should be up here like this. Okay, right, so tension die, exit die. Tension die goes down and exit die goes down. Very nice. Mark off a light source. And see if we have an encounter. Yes. Okay, so again, like the other room, let's just note that there is an encounter in here. And finally, let's go to this one. So, we have to try to break this door down. Let's see, is it trapped? It is trapped. It's trap number 6. Oh, which is a dodge trap. It's the swinging blade trap again. Okay. I failed that, so that's, what is it? D12 damage. 7 damage. Okay. Probably want to rest before confronting the Overseer, then. But I guess we'll just break this door down. Okay, we failed on the first attempt and the tension die has cycled around, so we have tension happening. 24 is the tension that's happening. There's a shift in the astral currents. All astral opponents receive plus 10 combat skill. Okay. The first actually persistent effects we've got. Right. Let's try kicking the door down again. It's a failure, and this goes up again. Success. Okay, we kick down the door, and what do we see? You see room 75, which is this weird one here, which is going to be kind of hard to fit in. I guess we'll have the other exit like here. We can maybe like have a little corridor heading south. See, is it trapped? Is it locked? Rather, it is not locked. Then let's see. I guess we have to take some creative liberties with the shape of this room to make it fit. Yeah, this is fine. This'll do. Okay, so it's a room. So we've got, let's see, tension die, exit die. Exit die goes down. Ooh, we're very nearly. Okay, so I want to go fight the Overseer and then keep wandering until we find the actual exit. There's also an encounter in here. Just note that down, but just leave. So strictly speaking, I should have just had 3 fights, but I can't be bothered, really. Let's camp out in the hallway and then go fight the Overseer. Okay, camping, because we definitely need to recover our toughness. Actually, maybe just the rest rule. Maybe we don't need to do a full-on camp. Let's have a look. So we're going to take a breather. Let the tension die go down 1 stage. Actually, camping is better because we can also get a chance to improve our thievery. It doesn't affect the tension die. Yeah, let's camp. I don't think we need to do anything other than rest though. So I'll just spend 2 crafting supplies, and then I can't actually fail the camp roll, so I'm not going to bother doing it. So we just rest. We recover all of our toughness. And that's it. Okay, let's go kick down the door and fight the Overseer. So our Overseer is the Venom Cloud Siren. The Venom Cloud Siren is an eerie enchantress with a domain over the deadliest of toxins known to man. Her haunting presence is marked by billowing clouds of virulent gas that chokes the air, and her serpentine movements conjure venomous projectiles that strike with deadly precision. She leaves a trail of creeping vines and thorns in her wake that ensnares the unwary, leaving them to quickly rot away and nurture life in the necropolis. So it sounds pretty bad. Okay, so it ignores 2 points of armor, it gets 2 actions per turn, is unharmed by poison. Okay. Right. Let's try fighting this thing. So it has 12 hit points. That's not so bad, perhaps. But let's make our initiative roll. Okay, we both whiffed that. Me with a 74, it with a 75. So it's going to just come down to who's got the best skill. I have 41 perception, it has 50 mind, so it won initiative. Okay. Right, okay. Let's see what it does. Alright, it is using venomous projectiles, which is magical. I failed to resist the magic. Conjures venomous projectiles and launch them at up to 3 targets. Each hit target, which is me, takes 2d6 poison damage. Okay. So I got a 2 and a 3. So that is 3 poison damage. And then for its second attack, it is using a toxic infusion. Her next successful attack deals an extra 2d6 poison damage. Okay. Okay, my turn. Right, so since most of this thing's abilities are magical, I'm going to suppress its mind, which I'll get right this combat. So it can't do any magic on its next turn. I will then attempt to wail upon it with my sword, with my cool saber. Okay, it got a 1 to defend. I got a 37 to hit, so my 37 beats that. I've hit it in hit location 10. It's a serpentoid, so that's the body. It has 1 point of armor. And so I just deal 5 damage, which is pretty good. It can't attack. So my turn again. I'm going to spend another 3 ETH to shut it down for another turn. It got a 41 to defend. I got a 78 to hit. Yes, I'm rolling against an 86. Okay, so that is a hit. I hit it on the body again. 2 damage this time. Okay, and next round I'm going to suppress its mind again for the 3rd and last time. This suppress mind ability is really awesome against magical enemies. I picked it up specifically because in my previous runs it was really hard dealing with overseers because they do a lot of magic attacks. So if you can like make them not do magic, that's great. It would be even better if I had more ether and could like keep up this suppression for longer, but 3 rounds is still pretty good. Okay, it got a 75 to defend, which is a failure. Whereas I got a 45 to hit. I hit it on the body again. I'm dealing 3 damage. Okay, now it gets to go twice. Because it has 2 attacks per round. Let's see. What's it doing? It is using Ensnaring Thorns. Also, I realised I've just done that wrong. Because not all of his attacks are magical. I should have been rolling for the attacks. Okay, let's just roll for its 3 attacks and see if it did anything. So, Ensnaring Thorns. Nope. 17 strike. Physical. Okay, it could do that. And then for a 3rd one. Venomous projectiles. Okay, so it's doing a 17 strike, which happened like in the middle of those turns. That we need to roll more actually. Toxic Infusion. I think it's already infused. Toxic Cloud. Okay, so it gets to do a Toxic Cloud and a Serpentine Strike. So I didn't fully shut it down. Because not all of its attacks are magical. That was a mistake. Okay, so 17 strike, it lashes out and deals, does a physical attack. 45 to hit. Okay, so it hits. It does not hit me there. I defended. So defensive maneuver number 3. Let's see, combat. Your opponent is bleeding. Okay. So it'll take 1 damage per round. So I think it's actually... It's potentially dead now, but I'll apply... Since I messed up the attacks, I'll apply the bleeding from next round. Okay, Toxic Cloud. I must make an endurance check. I passed the endurance check. So I am not having my lungs melted by acid. Right, okay, now round 2, its turn. It is using Ensnaring Thorns. Creatures in the area must make an athletics check or be restrained by thorns. So magic resistance. I did not magically resist. Athletics. I did not athletic. Okay, I am restrained. And for its next thing. Dreadful Siren Song. Do I magically resist it? No. Okay. The Venom-Clawed Siren sings a haunting melody that fills the hearts of her enemies with dread. All creatures within the room must make a resolve check. I resisted it. It's fine. Okay. Now is the end of its turn. It takes 1 damage because it's bleeding. My turn. I am restrained. What exactly does restrained do? Let's see. Conditions. I'm incapable of moving, and all acrobatics, weapon skills, dodge, and athletics and body checks suffer a -20 penalty. Okay, I'll just try to hit it. Actually, no. Okay, I am going to try to make an evasive strike, because this will give me a bonus to my defense if it does try to hit me next time. I'm probably not going to succeed, though. Okay, that's a 27, which is actually a success, I think. Is it? Yeah, -20 penalty. That's still a success. Okay, I managed to hit it. And I kill it. Okay. Overseer defeated. That is 200 XP. And I get 1 roll on the value item table and 1 roll on the precious item table for the loot. So we'll start with the valuable. That is a random potion. And then the precious. It is a magic item. Okay, random potion. Where are the potions? I have a potion of satiation. Counts as a ration. Nice. And I have a magic item. Let's see what sort of item it is. Boots. I already have magic boots. Oh, the magic boots make me unrestrainable, so I actually wasn't restrained just then. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. Right, now let's see if we can get the exit. So this door over here. Let's try kicking it down. Is it trapped? It is not trapped. Okay. So we kick it down. Is the room beyond the exit? That'd be very nice, because we got our on the D4 for the exit die. It is the exit. Huzzah. Okay, right. That makes sense. The overseer was directly in front of the exit, guarding it. It is room 3, which is actually a corridor. It's just a little dead-end corridor, I guess. It turns into a stairwell and leads down. I guess let's just leave that there. Let's draw in. We did it! We conquered the domain of the Venom Cloud Siren. And so, because the Overseer is dead, all of the Growing Darkness things... No, not the Growing Darkness things. All of the Influence things get crossed out. So, things no longer deal 1 arcane damage when killed. We're going to get default toughness back because we had a battle end. So that's 2 toughness. Ether goes back up. And we'll end it here. So that was quite good. Ending. I mean, okay, I did fudge it a little bit because there are 3 combat encounters we should have actually played out, but I've just kind of left them as future obstacles. But that's quite cool. Completing an entire domain within the stream. I think this one took me like multiple streams to get through. It is larger. And yeah, it's just a lot going on in here. So there we have it. That was Ker Nethalas. And amazing time for the ad break. Let's quickly wrap up. Next stream is Friday. We'll be starting a new Astro Prisma campaign, so come by for that. On Saturday, we'll be continuing the Seance of Blake Manor. See if I can solve this mystery, or if I'm just stupid. And Monday next week, I'll be showing off the new model. So do come around for that. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you next time.